Hey y'all, this one is for all my people who love language is words of affirmation, right? Because there's a thin line between affirmation and validation, right? When you say that your love language is words of affirmation, why is that your love language? Is it because you need their words in order to feel good about you? Do you not already see yourself as great? And if you need their words to see yourself in a good light, then that's not affirmation, that's validation. And that's dangerous, because if you live for their applause, then you'll die. If you live for their approval, then you'll die from their disappointment. If you live for their acceptance, then you'll die from their rejection. So you can't allow people words to make you feel full. You have to already be full. That's what the importance of your relationship with Christ. He fills that void, gives you that love, that undying, unconditional love that no one else can ever give you. And once you're filled with that love, then you can pour out, right? And you can do things from love, not for love. Because you should never be doing anything to earn love from someone. Those words of affirmation gotta just feel good, right? I'm a words of affirmation person, just being honest, right? And I went through this myself, understanding why I like words of affirmation. Now I understand that the reason why I love words of affirmation is because I'm going to always go hard for the people I love, right? I'm going to always go hard for the people I love, and I expect nothing in return from them. But it does feel good for them to acknowledge it. Like, it just made me want to go harder, right? So that's why I like words of affirmation. But if they don't do it, it's okay too, because I'm still me, right? And I'm still going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm still going to show up the same way, because that's how I want to show up. That's who I choose to be. And you have to be solid in that. And then you can say, words of affirmation is your love language, and that you're not searching for validation. You don't have to make someone tell you they appreciate you. And you don't get to hold it against them if they don't, because people express things in different ways. So you have to be sure that when you say you like words of affirmation, that you're not in need of validation. Don't get me wrong now. In no way am I saying people who like words of affirmation have to be feeling themselves every day and be fully pumped up every day. You don't, right? Sometimes you just not gonna be feeling yourself. That's life. We have bad hair days, bad days. Like, okay, today's just not going my way, right? But that's when the enemy is in your ear. People who like words of affirmation, those are the times when you want the people around you to kind of fill you up, right? But if they don't, you still have to be full. You still have to get that validation from Christ to keep going forward, right? And that is where the problem usually comes in at, because it's so easy to rely on a physical person to tell you you're great when you're not feeling so great. When God already called you great, and every day you're great. So you don't need anybody to tell you that you're great. Don't fall into needing validation, right? It's nothing wrong with liking words of affirmation. Like I said, I'm a words of affirmation person myself, right? But always check your heart posture. Check where you're at by yourself, right? Without anybody giving you any words or compliments or anything. How do you feel about you, right? Can you stand in that? If you can stand in that, then you can honestly say that you like words of affirmation and not seeking validation, right? Because if you're seeking validation, then you're not whole, and you're going to be too much for someone else, because they're constantly having to pour in you for you to feel whole. That's why you have to fix that. So I know I done talked around the bush, but summing it up, all I'm saying is ensure that you like words of affirmation and that you're not just seeking constant validation from everyone around you. Be strong in who you are because Christ created you in his image. You are already great. He already called you great. So you got to know that. And you got to stand in that no matter who pours in you or not. Be who you are. Don't do anything for the approval of man. Do everything for the approval of God. And God will grant you the approval of man.